YouTube, Black Ops 7 is here. Don't just jump into the game without editing your settings. You will have a terrible experience. I'm going to show you guys the best settings right now. Again, I got a 4070 Super, right? Make sure your monitor is there. I run it on full screen borderless. Some people do full screen exclusive. You guys see the display modes on the right. You can kind of make your decisions. Personally, though, full screen borderless. All right, aspect ratio, automatic brightness. I keep my brightness on 49. NVIDIA Reflex low latency on plus boost. Okay, power saving, custom VSync, we put it off. VSync menace off. Custom frame rate, sure. I just put mine on the max because that's just what my PC gives me, max frames. Okay, less. Reduce menu render resolution. Keep it on optimal. You hit apply, save your settings. Onto quality, right? Graphics presets. We're gonna make it custom. Your render resolution should be on 100. Dynamic resolution, you should keep that off. Quality, dynamic resolution, we keep that off. Your upscale and sharpening, you should use Fidelity FX Cache. Turn this up to 100. DLS frame generation, off. AMD, we don't have an AMD, off. Ray tracing, off. VRAM scale. This is how much you want your PC to allot to the game when you're playing it. For me, I just keep it on 90. This is a pretty good mix for myself. It works well for me. Variable ray shading, you can turn that on. Texture resolution, I keep it on normal. Some people keep it on low. It's really your preference. You can see how like much it takes in terms of like storage. Texture filter endoscopic, I keep it on low. Depth of field, we turn that off. We don't need the blurry. Detail quality, I just put it on low. You put it on normal, it's really up to you. It doesn't take too much space. So you can go from low, normal, or even high. It's really a preference. Particle resolution, very low. Bullet impacts, I turn it off. Persistent effects, I keep that off. Shader quality, I keep that on high. On-demand texture streaming, we keep it on optimized. Local texture streaming quality, low. In-game video quality, we just keep that on low. Shadow quality, keep that on low. Screen space shadows, keep that on low. Oscillation and screen space lighting, low. Screen space reflections, off. Static reflection quality, off. Environment, you don't look at the mud, keep it on low. Volumetric quality, keep it on low. Deferred physics quality, low. Weather, low. Off, off. Like, you don't need any of that, okay? Now it's time for your field of view. If you're playing multiplayer, Warzone isn't out yet. 100 to like 105 at the max. If you're playing on 120 in multiplayer, more power to you. It's really up to you. Personal preference. ADS field of view, you keep this on affected. Weapon field of view, I put it on default. Third person field of view, I put it on 90. This I didn't really change too much. World motion blur, turn that off. Weapon motion blur, turn it off. The shaking of the camera, least 50%, least 50%. Third person ADS. After this though, there's some other things that you need to do. Come over to interface, gameplay HUD, right? And you change your HUD bounds. Bring them as close in as possible. Your HUD bounds should be as close together as possible. That's a pretty big one. Mini map rotation, we want that on. Compass on. Crosshairs, we keep that on static. Crosshair line spread on. Crosshair dot, I also keep that on static just so it stays there. Now coming back to your controller. If you're on a controller. If you're on a mouse, great. I play on stick and move. I've been playing like this since BO3, so that's personal preference, right? My ADS, I can put it on 1.8 and 1.8. I'm not gonna lie, I change my ADS every now, or my sensitivity every now and then. Sometimes I go from 1.8 down to 1.6. It just depends on how rusty I am if I haven't played the game in a while. I also play flip. I play on a PS4 controller, so now I use my bumpers to shoot instead of the triggers. Controller vibration, turn that off. Dead zone inputs, right? Left stick, min. We want your controller to be as responsible as possible. A little bit of stick drift isn't gonna kill you. Left stick max, this is how fast you're moving. Personal preference, but I probably try to keep it on 60. Right stick max, keep it on 99. And the triggers, I keep them on 13. Pretty simple. Aiming, your sensitivity multiplier, keep all this the same, right? Advanced aiming settings, ADS sensitivity, transition timing. That's if you had a multiplier. If you don't have a multiplier, you're fine. Aim response curve type, put that on dynamic, put that slope scale to 1. Next is movement. This is really important. Your sprint assist, make sure you put your tactical sprint assist on, or you will feel like you're moving like a slug on the map, right? Mantle assist, turn that off. Crouch assist, turn that off. Corner slicing, personal preference, I keep it on. It's pretty helpful. Wall jump assist, turn it off. Combat roll assist, turn it off. Tap the slide, that's a pretty standard. And then change the duration. You want it to happen like immediately. Sprint restore is on. Slide maintain, sprint on. Parachute automatic behavior. This is for Warzone, but you keep that off. and then until Warzone comes out, then you can change your stuff out. A lot of this is also for Warzone as well too. Combat event settings, you kind of really don't need that. A lot of this is pretty standard, and you should be okay. Go out and fry.